Okay guys, so I'm back just real quick, and I came back here to the original castle because I needed to do something, and that one thing is I'm gonna use the cloud power to go to the next area. Now, I know what you're thinking, like, why would you use the cloud power? Shouldn't you just walk? No, it's faster, and yes, you have to use the cloud power in order to get around here on the stage, simply because there is no walking path, and it's super, super long. And it takes forever. It's just better to fly. Now, if I remember correctly, what you want to do, if this path here is really relatively hard to remember. Um, Dragon's also interesting, an interesting pickup. I do recommend picking it up at some point. It is really good. Um, Simply because you can breed them together and you'll get an interesting result as long as they result in something with a +5. Warcry is an interesting little, so I'll take. All dragons get Warcry, by the way. Don't think that's a. Well, all medium-sized dragons get the spell Warcry. Don't think it's something important. It's just an interesting little skill. It's like a stun. Now allows your other monsters to do other things. Now, if I remember correctly, what you want to do here is you want to come up here to the top. And now, I'm a little unclear about this. Either way, though, whatever we do, it's going to take me to one of two places, and one of the two places is going to be the hard place, and the other one is going to be like the medium kind of place. Okay. Oh, it's this. Probably. Really forgetful about this. And essentially what happens is that you are going to cross a bunch of blue screens, and what you're doing is you're going to the top of the map, and then what happens is that the game puts you at the bottom of the map at some point. Here's the bottom of the map right here. So I just pretty much went underneath the map, went over the map and then underneath it. That's essentially what happened. And as you can see, there's two new monsters here that we've never seen before, Vampirius. Now these guys here are interesting in the fact that, you get really, they're dragons, they're okay, they're not amazing, but they're not terrible. Now, if I remember correctly, there's one spot that you want to stand, and then you want to move off to the left here. This is one of the more confusing puzzles because it takes so long, and if you mess up, it's really hard to correct your mistake. Is this it here? Oh boy. Oh boy, this is one of the harder puzzles. I think I'm right, though. Oh. Ouch. Ouch. Alright. Oh, no, I did not want to do that. Oh, well, it's okay. The good thing I didn't do what I was going to do, because he used a move called Inhale. And basically what that is that it absorbs all the damage, but it also protects your teammates. So it can be really useful, for pretty much anything. So I think I want to go up. If not, I'm going to come back here and I'm going to check the bottom of this island really quick to make sure I know where I am. Okay. I know it's one of these other things here. It's because it's really, really confusing to get to the next areas of this level, because it is relatively hard to get there. Okay, here it is. So this is the little bridge here. See where this takes me. If I remember correctly, it's going to take me rude, first of all. Yes, okay, so this is going to take me to where I want to be. Ouch. Ouch. Please stop. And this is where I am kind of drastically underleveled, and we're going to come across a boss that's going to be really, really difficult because I am underleveled so badly, and now I'm cursed. That is awful. That is actually one of the worst things that can happen to you. And what you want to do here is you want to place skipping stones across these islands. I know what you're thinking, like, why you want to skip all across these little islands when you have such a big mainland right in front of you. It's because we have to get to the next area, and this is the hardest place in the game to probably get to. In my opinion, it's the most confusing. And this is where I'm going to use one of my log twigs because I need to heal up. And I'm going to need to heal up here a lot. It's also a great breeding area, too. So putting this place as one of your log twigs is not a bad idea. Real quick, I am going to breed some monsters because there's a lot of experience going to be heading my way. And I want to breed that Mad Condor out. Just so the monster after it gets some really good experience. So let's see, I have a Mad Condor here. Let's see, is it here? No, okay. I don't have the combination. Gigantez provides a lot of interesting combinations. Gate Guard being one of them. Gate Guard is one of the monsters needed for certain combinations in the game, and it's really, really good. And Ogre as well. Let's see, Fang Slime here. Anything useful? No. Saberman. Metal Drake is actually really good. I will probably get that in... Probably in just a little bit. Golem, Metal Drake, same thing. Shadow, let's see what you get me here. Skullgone, Future Foe. Dead Knight, that's actually a very interesting note. Dead Knight is very, very good, but at the same time, it also provides for a lot of... it provides for a lot of powerful combinations. Okay, here it is, Great Drake. Yes, I do want a Great Drake. And I will hatch it here. Yep. So, essentially, this is one of the monsters I wanted for a very long time. And this is why Gigantez is really good, because he gets Great Drake, but he can also be bred again with a Great Drake to create something called Giga Draco. And Giga Draco is one of the more powerful monsters of the game. And so is Great Drake. Don't get me wrong, Great Drake's still a good monster. I do recommend that you take it with you. It is really powerful. And it's not like he's gonna be, not like Nair did any of the fighting anyways. So, I'm gonna keep Mad Condor for now, because there's nothing here that's really good. And I can probably find something to breed it with better on, but I need a lot more males. So I'm gonna go real quick and buy some meat. Because the next section here has a lot of monsters I want to breed. The first one being Dead Knight. Now, you saw that was going to be one of my combinations, but you can pick up a Dead Knight relatively easily in this area. They're just one of the wild monsters, so it's not worth breeding one off your own monsters unless you have a ton of money to spend on it. Otherwise, you're better off just getting Dead Knight here or any other, zombie monster and breeding into one. Because it's just better. Now, as you can tell, I moved the door shrine, and I moved the door shrine to the location. So I'm not gonna actually have to go through all that backtracking again and go through that really confusing sky puzzle. Everyone hates the sky puzzle. It's like the worst puzzle of the game, and I absolutely hate it because it takes forever. And unless you know what you're doing, it's really, really difficult, and I still get confused on it. And I've played this game numerous times, and that was kind of like from perfect memory. And as you can see already, like, my me has a lot of health already, and it's actually able to do damage to these monsters, and that's just how good of a monster Great Drake is. It's just that good of a monster. On top of that, it learns skills relatively quickly, and it has a lot of MP too to back it up. Okay, yes, I get it. You are special. Kinda wish it. Alright. Oh, very nice. Perfect. I got a Dead Knight. That's actually really good luck right there, picking him up. Right here. Nope, not here. Okay. So every now and then, if you go in there, there'll be some something in there that's really, really useful, usually a piece of meat or whatever. Now this monster right here, the Mad Spirit. Mad Spirit's an interesting monster. I'm going to say why, because Mad Spirit is worth picking up for one of two reasons. One, if you breed it with certain monsters, or if you breed two Mad Spirits together, you get something called Skeletor. And what Skeletor does, if you breed two Skeletors together, you get a monster called Servant. And Servant and Andriel make the first boss monster that you can technically get in the game. Besides getting 10 tiny metals at the end of it. And it is a really, really weak and, terrible monster. But it is needed in order to get really, really good monsters. So what happens is he just ends up being breeding fodder. He's no good, he grows really, really slowly, his stats are awful. But he's one of the more fun breeding changes, one of the more challenging ones, unless you get really, really far into the game. Okay, we're just gonna lose ramming here. Just a terrible skill, and I'm never going to, ever. Yep. So as I'm gonna come down through here really quickly. Oh boy. Another Dead Knight, very nice. I'm gonna just see if I can get one here. I do like picking up Dead Knights, and Mad Spirits especially. They are just really good monsters just to pick up in general. I do pick them up very, very quickly. Okay, no meat in there. No meat in there. Okay, just gonna kill off this Dead Knight real quick while I still have the time. Not gonna need that. Stop growing. Bug blow's useless. You're never because there's no bug. Pretty much there's no bug monsters until unless we're in an extra. As you can see, he has a ton of health. We're not gonna encounter monsters, bug monsters for the rest of the game. Just a heads up. So if you have bug blow, it's a good time to get rid of it. Gate guard, great monster to pick up. I always recommend you do it. He skips a lot of things in the breeding chain. As you can see, I mentioned that earlier with Gigantus. He's definitely worth picking up if you can get. But usually, at this point in the game, a lot of these monsters require sirloins just to pick up. And this here is just one of these guys. They're completely optional, and they're called Skeletors. And you can pick up Skeletors. People say that you can't, and as you can see, he smacked my rib away. But if you have an item called the Meat Orb, like I was going over earlier, it actually does affect Skeletor, and you can pick him up that way. I've done it in the past, but it is really, really hard. And that means you do have to waste 3 tiny metals on it. So it's not entirely recommended. Because later on you're going to be able to pick them up anyways, just out of the random magic keys you pick up. If you get a zombie world later on that's like 600G, there's a pretty good chance that he's in it or Servant's in it. And you skip all that anyways. You skip all this anyways, but I don't have that yet. So I'm just trying to get this going as fast as possible. Because this game is really, really efficiency stretched in that how much time you actually want to put into it. I don't want to put that much time into this, so into this file at least, because for the extra stuff I'm just gonna be using some of my other monsters, because I don't have all that time. Like I said, I don't have like a ton of time to go grind up a bunch of monsters really quick. But this is actually going pretty smoothly so far. I haven't died nearly as much. Now this is an interesting puzzle here. Essentially what you want to do is you want to get all the coffins closed. Oh, I think I'm gonna mess this up already. Come on. Oh no. Oh no. I messed this up. Okay. This one affects these two. This one affects these two here on the bottom. This one affects these two here. Oh, I just had it. That affects these two. Gotta fix these two. To fix these two. To fix these two. Right, there we go. Yeah, I don't think you touch the upper left one at all if you do it right perfectly the first time. And don't be fooled, you can fight monsters in this area. In this area, there's one different monster here, and it's the Beelzebub. This is an insect monster, and he pretty much dies in one hit. Do completely ignore it. Completely ignore it, it's not worth your time. It doesn't even cast any strong attacks here. And you can talk to the skeletons here, they are friendly. You don't have to worry about them, you know, killing you or anything. And here's the Yell Help skill coming into play. I don't recommend you get these guys though, simply because they're insects, and insects are pretty much useless in this game. Heads up. Now to note, in the future series of this game, which is Dragon Warrior Monsters Joker and Dragon Warrior Monsters Joker 2, I haven't played the original Dragon Warrior Monsters Joker. I heard it was good. And then I played Dragon Warrior Monsters Joker 2, and that kind of disinterested me completely from playing Dragon Warrior Monsters Joker. The biggest factor was obviously the fact that I could not get all the monsters in Dragon Warrior Monsters Joker 2. That one was a huge disappointment for me, considering that means you just have to buy 2 of this in-game. Now, in this room you have to press the bells, and he will move in the direction of the bell which he is standing on. If you go up the stairs and come back, he'll reset to this original position. If I remember correctly, what you want to do here is... where's the down? There you go. Just real quick, pop through that puzzle real quick. You never really use the left, I think you only did it once. Okay, so here's another optional Skeletor battle here, so I'm just gonna do it. Just gonna do that really quick. These guys are just really good experience, which is why I'm just gonna come in here and try and do it. Okay, so those 2 attacks I actually just missed. This defense isn't actually high at all. It's just how the game is. He's not like a metal monster where, you know, Snowstorm became Blizzard. Cyclic, finally you get a Cyclic. That's really useful. That's gonna be really useful later. Up here, really. Oh boy, I did not mean to. Ouch. Mind me coming in strong here. This is really nice. He is a good monster, so if you do get an opportunity to breed a Great Drake, I recommend you do it. This is a great time to have him in this early of the game. You're technically not supposed to get him till later, so this is a great time to do it. Ouch. Okay, well, he's cowering and fierce, so this way it will take much more damage. Not great MP coming into this next fight here. I might have to come back and heal, and since we're coming up on time anyways, I'm gonna have to pretty much save before I move on to the next boss. And then I might have to heal up and then run back here really quickly. I hope that's not the case. I hope I can just move on. If I die, I'll probably just cut it out, and I'll just say, you know, something like I had to come back to the boss fight, because this boss fight here is actually probably pretty difficult without a friend staff. Something that I was actually stating for the Metabo fight, but you don't really need it. I realized I didn't need it because I had all of the guys with metal cut. And I do have a friend staff here, so I might be able to do it before I obviously die. But that'll be really, really difficult, to say the least. Oh, and Dead Knight, by the way, has heal and heal more. So, another reason to pick up Dead Knight besides his amazing breeding chart is the fact that he has heal. And actually probably why I'm going to be. So if you run up to the door, it tells you to follow the skeleton's eyes. If you follow the whole puzzle, you eventually reach a tombstone. I don't remember which one it is. And you pretty much walk up to it, and you just press a button on the tombstone, and that opens up the door. It's by me. Storm. 3 guys with ice storm at this stage. Come on, do not give me this. Screw. So they all say the same thing, and it's here, this way, here, and basically you have to follow the right one. Yes, there it is. And so now that this boss room is now open... Oh, this is not good. Do not kill Opal. Okay, I'm just gonna real quick have to be forced to use a world do here. That's like the exact opposite of what I wanted to do. I wanted to save that for the boss room, but because they got a suddenly, you know, they got a preemptive strike, it forced me to. Hopefully I'm able to take out this next boss. Oh, come on. Go away. All of you, just go away. You hit the Dead Knight, and then knocked out the Ghost Tree. Just saying. You gotta work on your intelligence, mind me. Okay, cool, Simon, that's great. Can you, learn the next step in Ice Storm and Scorching? Okay, so that's actually even more amazing. So he got the next stage of what Simon's gonna learn here in this blizzard. He got White Air, and White Air is essentially just an amazingly powerful attack at this point in the game. And next time... Okay, can't save here. Next time here, we're gonna take on this X-Boss here, which, by the way, you can get. It's very difficult. He's a really cool monster. You can get him later on. He's just a very difficult breeding chain. So, if you really like this guy's design, I suggest you go and look it up real quick. Alright? And see you guys next time.